Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Raja Mohini, I was near you a few minutes ago. Well, 45 minutes ago, somewhere nearby. So I hope you received my messages of obeisances and more. So welcome. And Parama Bhakti, Devidasi in Brazil, good to see you. Very good to see you. And Dainidhi Prabhu in London. Dainidhi Prabhu, or maybe not London, but near London. Devashish will correct me.
I don't think so, Maharaj.
Huh?
Don't think it's Dainidhi Prabhu from London.
No, okay. Anyway, Dainidhi Prabhu, and we're happy to hear if you like to mention your home, where you are at home.
Norway.
Norway. Devamrita Prabhu in Norway. Tongarasaridi in Norway, certainly. Oh, Norway. Okay, Dainidhi Prabhu, thank you for the message. Yes. And Leelamoy Das Prabhu in Brazil also. And Subhasini Devidasi. And I do not know where is Subhasini. Oh, she's back home.
Yes.
Mean back home, one of her homes, from her Indian home to her Wexford Island home. So welcome back to Ireland, Subhasini Devi.
Dandavats, Maharaj. Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Yeah, Dandavats to all the devotees.
Jai, and my Dandavat to all the devotees, and let us begin indeed with our obeisances. So Bancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Danam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So today, Devashish Prabhu has given us a title which he can read to us, because I don't have it in front of me.
A lifetime of unlimited gems available, or yes, available to all.
Okay. Okay, very good. Well, that does fit in because I already have primed the devotees here. We're going to start here because here I can chastise if they don't come up with some gem. So I've already primed the devotees to bring something sparkling to the London and extended London gathering this evening. So I'm going to go through and I'll start with them because their program will be coming like winding up rather than anything else. And then we can continue together afterwards and they can get the ball rolling today on this idea of a lifetime of spiritual gems. A lifetime of unlimited gems. All right. Okay, Devashish Prabhu, with your approval?
Yes, Maharaj.
All right. So we're going with a loudspeaker and microphone just next door. So just hold on a second. Govinda, Govinda. So I'm on the computer, so you can, you're going in reverse and I'm going forwards. All the devotees fearful that we're coming to ask them some questions. Okay, here's the family as they are. Some are still out because it's Italy Liberation Day. But here we've got all our resident devotees, and Munindra Mohan Prabhu, Krishna Kantar, oh, busy somewhere, and hiding here, Kamala Sundari Devidasi, Rasamoy Pandita, your London lady, and behind Nadia, Sundari Devidasi and Madhu Chanda from Ukraine, and the famous Nirupama. So we've asked them all to start our program in London by sharing some treasures, and they've all said, yes, we have treasures. And Madhu Chand is very nervous that someone's going to speak, steal her treasure. So we'll ask Madhu Chanda first to say a few words. Yes.
Run the light on.
Yes, can put the light on. So Devashish Prabhu, you can hear everything nicely, right?
Yes, Maharaj, perfectly.
All right. So here's a microphone. Oh, you're here. Yes.
Okay, Dandavad everyone. Happy to see everyone here.
Доброго вечора усім. It's a bit of Ukrainian. So when Maharaj told about the treasure that to think about like treasure that we got from Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, honestly, I'm not like very scholar, and for me it's really hard to like get into very deep philosophy. I'm more like about the feelings and emotions. So I immediately thought, wow, what my biggest treasure is the family, my spiritual family, because I travel so much for the last 7 years since I got into Krishna consciousness. I travel around the world a lot, and everywhere I come, every city or country, I found my aunts, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, uncles, grandparents, and they're just my spiritual family, spiritual grandparents, spiritual fathers and mothers and sisters. And it's so nice. When I first traveled to some other country, and I was like just astonished how like I have really family, real family, and it's such a big treasure. And I understand like the value of it more and more. Like, for example, today, my friend, she called me. She's not into Krishna consciousness. She just like different philosophies, and she was just crying in my phone that she's so lonely. She don't have anyone, and she have parents, but she still feel very lonely, and she don't feel like the ground under her feet. Like she feels so lost. And I was just trying to inspire her to find some community and read some Gita, Bhagavad Gita, our teachers, and saying that our family is also always welcoming, and just, understanding how lucky and fortunate I am to have this family. And I really feel like family. So when again all these horrible things started happening with my country, I didn't felt lost. I felt so like the world, the Krishna just put me in his like very warm and protective hands, and I was protected from everywhere, and just the best feeling in the world. So that's my treasure that I have in my life from Gurudev. I'm very thankful to him for this family. And when I think of him, I didn't know him personally, so I think of him as my grandfather. So when I pray, I like to talk to him like with my grandfather, just cry to him or just share some things like in my head. So that's my vision. Okay, Dandavats. Thank you.
And her country is Ukraine.
Ukraine, yes, from Ukraine.
She was living in the very center of Ukraine.
Yes.
And so, in fact, all the ladies, except for your Rasamai Pandita in London, they're all from Ukraine, from different places. So there we are. There's one treasure, Devashis Prabhu.
Okay.
Acceptable?
Absolutely, Maharaj, yes.
Okay. And you all know David. If you don't know Devashis Prabhu, let us introduce Devashis Prabhu. He's the secretary of the London chapter of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math. And so he's seeing the whole of the London section, but on the screen here, we've got devotees from all over the world, pretty much, and from Norway, from Brazil, from America, means wherever Krishna Nanda Prabhu was placed, Arizona, right? No, not Arizona.
Texas, Maharaj, Texas.
Texas, right, Texas. Their own country, but they allow themselves to be called American. And from South Africa also, and this is the kind of family that's joined together. Oh, and Ananda Swarupini Didi has joined us also.
She's coming. Sevarupa have a birthday today. Sevarupa have birthday today.
Sevarupa has a birthday today in South Africa. Okay. All right. Let everybody give some birthday Vaishnava wishes. Hare Krishna. All right. So who would like to say something? Who else? Now, they all happily said, yes, we'll bring a treasure. So here's Nirupama.
Okay.
Here, Nirupama.
Меня будет переводить
I will be her translator.
Да, потому что мой английский очень плохой. На самом деле,
Because Nirupama's English is not so good yet, but she's studying every day. And after she says some words, she will go to have a class in English.
yes, I need go. На самом деле, Мадху сказала то, что хотела сказать я. Я
So
думаю, что
I told what she wanted to say.
на самом деле Гурудев попросил поделиться чем-нибудь про Гурудева. И я вспомнила, когда я получала посвящение.
So Madhusudan Maharaj asked to share something about Govinda Maharaj, about Gurudev, and she thought about her initiation.
И Гурудев показал фотографии Шрилу Гурудева, Шрилу Гуру Махараджа и сказал: Нирупама, запомни, это два твоих дедушки.
And Madhusudan Maharaj, Nirupama's Gurudev, showed her two pictures of Govinda Maharaj and of Guru Maharaj. And he said, Nirupama, remember, these are two of your grandfathers.
И да, Гурудев дал мне Гурудева, Гурудев дал мне общество вайшнавов.
Gurudev gave me Gurudev, Madhusudan Maharaj gave her Govinda Maharaj, and the association of Vaishnavas.
Прекрасное общество, и
Beautiful association.
которые нас терпят, но
That are tolerating us.
терпят не так, что мы терпим, терпят с любовью и нежностью, делятся сокровищем своего сердца каждый день.
Full of their hearts,
действительно в
embracing us
настроении
every day,
большой семьи.
and with this mood of the big family.
И каждый день я просыпаюсь с мыслью о том, что мне так много дали, так много у меня есть сейчас такое богатство, и насколько я могу посвятить себя этому каждый день, я думаю, какой процент этому? Мне хочется все себя отдать, но насколько получается.
So every day I'm thinking and I'm trying to give everything I can, and I feel that it's never enough, and I want to give like myself fully to this family. So I'm trying every day as much as I can to give myself to this. Munindra saying that they're noticing it. Yeah, we are noticing it.
В общем-то, все. Джай Гурудев, Джай общество преданных.
Jai Association of Devotees.
Самое большое богатство, которое есть в моей жизни.
It's the biggest treasure that Nirupama has in her life.
And Nirupama, she came when she arrived here. She came over from Zaporozhye, which is the east side of Ukraine, which is in much difficulty. And she came here with her two young children. How old? 8 and 6.
Yes.
8 years old and 6 years old. And she had a small bag with her, small shoulder bag. That's what she arrived with. And from there, just starting a new life. And she's come to the shelter of the devotees. So we must always see and learn from others how we can live with very little and how we must appreciate whatever we have when we have it and use it in service. A very wonderful example. And no complaint against the environment. You see, smiling face. And by the way, the local people, they all pulled together and they collected so many clothing for her and her children and for the others who came. She's running away now because she's got an English lesson, so she can speak to you fluently next time around. Okay, I think we should actually come to Munindra Mohan Prabhu, because he's always so quiet, and now with the lively ladies may have inspired him to come out and share some lively gems with us. So here's Munindra Mohan Prabhu, one of the 5 pillars of Bila Govinda Ashram, as you all know, I think.
Pillars hold by Gurudev, he's the real pillar.
Right.
I'm a shaking stick, but Gurudev hold that. Okay, well, so many treasures, so many pearls. But tonight, Pearl, I'm in this mood tonight. I like most the festival side of our mission, our spiritual master gift. And we experimenting that every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math. And festival of what? Is not ordinary festival, is like in the Prapana Jivanamrita inspiration verse that Srila Maharaj composed, the surrender devotee. Surrender, one who may think, surrender is like little sad thing, you surrender, you lost your freedom, independence. But what they do, they have a party, they share the nectar, the honey, like bees, at the lotus feet of Krishna. And tasting this, they from the mouth some drop fall down, and Srila Maharaj collected those drop of nectar, of honey, and is worshipping those 10 saints, and through Govinda Maharaj is actually distributing to us. So we are not directly participating of that level of festival, but through service of their lotus feet, we are having this very close connection of the real festival of transcendental honey distribution of lotus feet of Govinda, Krishna, Radha, Krishna. So really, with Madhusudan Maharaj, with all the devotees, every day is a festival here, and we are really having good time. And Govinda Maharaj and Srila Maharaj are with us always. So it's just very festival mood going on.
And today for festival, additional festival, they cooked for 50 people. Okay, for West London, this is very small amount of, but they cooked for 50 people, and it's the liberation of Italy, Italy's Freedom Day today. And so it was a holiday, and we had many guests here, many people coming to the kiosk outside, and we did Harinam, we did kirtan, talking, everything in the garden, with quite a good number of the public coming and hearing, and so many they spoke as well as the singing. So feeling like Veda Life festival time in the spring.
With the Ukrainian devotee, always Veda Life.
With Ukrainian devotees, always Veda Life, yes. Yes, Kamala Sundari, you are right next. Oh, you probably want translation, if you wish. So, okay, Madhu Chandra is translating. Here's Kamala Sundari.
Надавать, дорогие преданные.
Dandavat, dear devotees.
На самом деле я не слышала, о чем нужно рассказать сегодня.
Actually, like she missed, she didn't hear what she need to prepare and what she need to talk about.
Потому что я что-то была занята другим служением.
Because she had some service.
Но я хотела сказать то, что мне очень... Я сейчас просыпаюсь с этой мыслью. Когда сказал Мадхусудан Махарадж, будьте хорошими поглощающими или вот принимающими.
So she waking up every morning with the thought of what Madhusudan Maharaj told once, that you need to be a good receivers.
Я стараюсь просыпаться с этой мыслью и понимать то, что каждый день дарит нам новые силы, новые возможности, новое вдохновение.
So she is trying to wake up every morning and thinking that every day brings so much opportunities and new inspiration and new, again, opportunities.
И будет глупо, если не воспользоваться этой возможностью.
And it would be stupid not to use these opportunities.
Даже когда я заболела, я не могла долго лежать, это всего продлилось где-то сутки.
And even when she got sick, she got sick just recently. She said she couldn't stay in the bed. That
я уже хотела что-то делать,
she wanted to do something, to wash something, to like do some activities.
И наконец-то это уже случилось, появилась сила, и есть возможность еще больше чем-то заняться.
And finally this happened, more energy came, and more energy for seva came.
На это вдохновляют, конечно же, Мадхусудан Махарадж, все преданные вокруг.
And a lot of inspiration for this, a lot of this energy gifts us Madhusudan Maharaj and all the devotees around.
И сама среда подталкивает просто.
And just the surrounding atmosphere just like pushes you and inspires you to serve more.
Надавать.
And I think you should pass next. We're trying to mix up the countries. So the next distant country is Veerachandra Prabhu. And maybe all of you know him. Oh, next, Veerachandra Prabhu. Maybe all of you know him, at least by his good reputation. You've heard of him probably. Yes, he's scrutinizing to see who he's talking to. You're talking to unlimited numbers of devotees.
Yes, Maharaj, I am very infamous that I, don't make it to Mangalarati, and this is my problem. But there's some good things I've done in my life, and one of them is I'm still here. So it's by your all grace, just tolerating me, and somehow I'm tolerating myself. But I should share some treasure that has been given to me and I hold in my heart very dear. Guru Maharaj. I mean, I would say that one of the best treasures I hold is that, kind of this conception given to us by Guru Maharaj in his books, especially Subjective Evolution of Consciousness. I just remember whenever I tell the story of how I came to the devotees of the Mat, of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, I was not new to Krishna consciousness through my previous association with ISKCON, because I had known ISKCON for some years, but I just remember coming to one program in Soquel, in Santa Cruz, and we had like a what was it, like a public, we call it the Vets Hall. So it was like everyone is invited, basically. It's a public program. But they had a book stall there, and this was like way back, 2006, 2005. Anyways, and I was looking at this many like options, I had like Sri Guru and His Grace, and Search for Sri Krishna, Reality of the Beautiful, and I had to like decide, okay, which book I'm gonna take. And anyone knows who was it? It was Sarva Bhavana's wife.
Ikshavati.
Yes.
Ikshavati.
And she's such a good, like, seller of Krishna conscious material, because she's been in like Harinam distributions for so many of her years, and ISKCON, so many things. And she's like, this book is very nice, and this book is very nice. And it was very hard for me. I hate choices anyway, so it's like so difficult to decide in all of them. But it was just that title that caught me, Subjective Evolution of Consciousness. And I just thought, what a title of a book. And then it had like what would you call, like the subtitle of the title, like the sweet play, the play of the sweet absolute. And I was like, this is just an epic, thing to say to people before you even enter into the book. And I just thought, okay, this one is, and Dikshavati kind of looked at me like, are you sure you're ready for that? It's like, probably not, but like, I'm going to take it anyways. And she's like, okay, then get one more. And I was like, okay, fine. And then, because I didn't have that much money, but I wanted to give as much as the books were worth. So I also got Golden Volcano of Divine Love as like a, also a beautiful first book to get. But yeah, so the treasure in my heart, I guess I'm trying to like make this big story out of a small thing, I guess, but is that any previous doubts I had in Krishna consciousness kind of were confronted, and like we read in Bhagavatam, last night about the sword of knowledge that's given to devotees, and this kind of like destroys ignorance. And I felt that book helped me kind of kill or slay all the doubts I had about, is this path right for me, or should I like put my full faith in this conception and you know, God conception and like all of these things. And it was really quite I don't know, it was a turning point in my own faith, I guess you can say. I was reading that book. So there you go. That was a long story, but very simple. Like always, I make it so ridiculous
and shining.
So thank you so much for listening, and your patience and tolerance for me is like unlimited. So keeping me here.
And Bir Chandru, you are now becoming an old devotee. He had a birthday recently, so he is becoming an old devotee. So please give some good wishes to all of the devotees, some Vaishnava good wishes. I know you want.
Oh my God. Yes, please continue associating with each other and giving your energy to, as Madhusudan Maharaj told me to do, just give your good association. And that's what you can do. Because I asked him recently, what can I do for you, Maharaj? Just give your good association to others. So continue doing that, and I think everything can be harmonized. And if you have some bad association parts of you, then you can figure that out on the side, as we all are doing individually. But at least a good we can share, and that's, I guess, my advice, wishes.
Jai.
Okay.
Thank you, Bir Chandru. And
Okay.
right beside you, Nadia Sundari Devi.
Dandavad.
Also from Ukraine. She's coming from the Carpathian Mountains. Before, just a few weeks ago, then she ran a hostel for trekkers and skiers and various things in the Carpathian Mountains. And now she was homeless for a few days, and now she's got a home again.
Dandavad, all devotees. I think my biggest treasure is the day I met my Gurudev, Madhusudan Maharaj. After that, like, life changed, and I never met Govinda Maharaj, but I met him in these devotees which are here, which made this beautiful Villa Govinda ashram. We had fortune to be here, and also there was a day like celebrating 19 years of how this place started, and it was beautiful story with tears and smiles and laughings and crazy things, and more I hear and more I am here, more I understand how big and beautiful are our Guru Dev, and the second treasure is to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which we read every evening, and to hear it with voice and heart of Madhusudan Maharaj, I think, and also other devotees, because we follow it in our like Russian version, and sometimes I just stop because it is just dry letters, and it's more somehow magical to hear their voice and their heart, and to somehow not understand all the time what is going on there, but just accept. And so that's why I'm making some print screens all the time of some shlokas also, that now my phone is full of some treasures. And hopefully iPhone has such a thing that sometimes he reminds some photos, and he will be bringing these treasures in any times of my future. And also we were speaking today about family, about this feeling that traveling from temple to temple, it's very strange feeling, and to meet people first time, but feel that it's not first time. That's like a lot of treasures you see, and can be more to share, but I will also give the microphone to the next beautiful devotee, Dandavats to all.
Dandava, thank you very much. And your own Rasamaya, they all are your own, because actually we're meeting and it's all family together, all are wonderful devotees here, but here is your own, as it were, London Rasamaya Pandita. So, but you have to put the microphone, clip it on or keep it near you.
Well, when Maharaj said that we had to, just very recently, we had to think of a treasure related to Srila Gurudev, and it could be anything. And then just quite immediately the shloka came up, the Nama Shastra Manama Pisachi Putram shloka. And then I thought I quickly look it up, because I just wanted to give an accurate sort of translation. And then I found it in Revealed Truth. And if you will tolerate me, I'll just read from it, because it is very beautiful. And also what is quite apt is that last night, Madhusudan Maharaj has been sharing the good news with us, right?
Oh,
He's
yes.
been
Yes.
broadcasting really, truly, what is our good news. And coincidentally, the part that I would like to read ends on the good news.
Oh, perfect.
So then I thought that is a good idea. So I'll just read this bit.
And nothing is a coincidence. So it's come to this again, to
and
reinforce this
right,
good news. Yes.
Right. And also it starts with high topics of separation. So forgive me for jumping right into this, but it will make sense as we go. This is from Revealed Truth. Srila Govinda Maharaj speaking. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami expressed his feelings of hope to receive the mercy of Radharani and his feelings of separation from his Gurudev, Srila Rupa Goswami, through his verses, Asha Barer Amrita Sindhu Mayi Katanchit and Sunyayite Mahagoshtam. Das Goswami was an exclusive follower in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami and Radharani, and in this way his feelings went from deep to deeper. Srila Guru Maharaj used the philosophical phrase, dive deep into reality. It is necessary for us to touch that reality, at least from a distance. Then we can understand everything. All of it comes through Guru Shushrashaya, the service of Gurudev. All property will gradually come to us in that way. That is our line, our process, our method. Infinite mercy. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is in one way saying, I have been given everything by my Gurudev. He openly said this in his beautiful verse, Nama Shashram Manamapi Sachi Putra Matra Swarupam. But he also expressed this extreme hankering and hope to attain more mercy from Gurudev, that is Radharani and Srila Rupa Goswami. This is the nature of Krishna consciousness. These two types of feelings are always present in the devotees' hearts. In one way, they're saying, I have been given everything. And in another way, they're saying, I have nothing. I am in need. If anyone receives mercy from Gurudev, they will never feel it to be insufficient. Yet they will also feel that Gurudev's mercy is unlimitedly attractive and infinite. So the more they taste it, the more they will feel desire to taste more of it. And because their hankering becomes greater and greater, in that way they feel, I am empty, I have not received anything. The feeling of the devotee is tadure tattvantike. It is so far and it is so near. By hope, we feel we are so near to Krishna and Radharani, but by action, we may feel we live so far from their abode and pastimes. The harmonizing conclusion about this situation has been given by Sri Chaitanya Dev, Achincha Beda Beda. Inconceivably, both moods are present in the hearts of the devotees. It is so near to us, and in another way, it is so far. Through the example of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, we can understand that if we open the door of our hearts to Gurudev, we will find his mercy is waiting for us right behind the door. If only we open our hearts, Gurudev's mercy will enter us. We will discover our fortune and find that our Guru Parampara, beginning with Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu, has a spoonful of nectar ready for us. When we receive that, we will feel unable to ever fully glorify Gurudev. We will feel it is his infinite mercy.
Haribo, Jai.
Yes.
Now hankering for the book. Anyhow, Devashis Prabhu and all the assembled devotees, I was thinking we were going to have a quick showing of gems by each of the devotees, but you can see their enthusiasm to share many things with you all. But we've got Varun here, and he is saying we've run out of time, but there's another microphone somewhere. But I have two microphones. You're getting me in stereo. All right, very good. So Varun, a short showing of a gem from your devotional life, what you've understood. Many of you know, some of you know him because he's been serving in various temples and in America and here and there, and he came from India and he's with us now. And Varun, you have an Indian body. Now what about your heart? Please reveal a gem.
It's big. I don't know, after hearing all what everyone else has shared, I honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm not really a devotee. I just, I'm really new, and so I'm grateful that Maharaj and Munindra have invited me here. Fresh off the boat from India via Ohio, and so I'm just grateful the purity here. I've never actually experienced anything like this before. But in terms of a small gem, I don't know, all the words in the books are so high that I've really come to learn that they must be for me to digest, come from a pure Vaishnava and Guru like Madhusudan Maharaj to ask me this. So I began understanding after reading the books, after Madhusudan Maharaj has taught about the importance of sadhana, the importance of how to practice properly, the proper mood, and to honestly to wait and see. So in this way, I think as a beginner, my treasure has been really to experience the books through Maharaj. and the other devotees to see this mood, and especially also Munindra and the other pillars of this temple to really experience the mood. So in this way, I don't, it's very basic, but yeah, that's all I have to say.
Jai Varun. I can actually I want to clarify something for the record here. The devotees somehow think that I came here and then the temple became as it is. It was already like this, and Krishna brought me here into this association. So I just want to clarify all that point, that they are accusing me as the one who made such a wonderful environment. But actually, the environment, truly, it is the case. The programs are everything. If we're coming, when I arrived here, we're just entering within Chaitanya Saraswat Math in another place, in Italy. And from that first time, and we've come in the Veda Life programs before, and coming this time at the beginning of well, not the beginning of the COVID, but during the COVID time, then the same thing. So they are giving credit to me, but actually the credit is going to Krishna Kanta, they're all busy right now because it's a busy day. Krishna Kanta Didi, Munindra, Mohan Prabhu, and Madhurananda Prabhu, Shanti Moy Devi Rasi, and of course Shyama Sundar Prabhu, and they've made a wonderful place here along with the local devotees. So I just definitely want to clarify that point. Okay, we are keeping them from their evening program. We were just popping in and they were doing evening programs. So what we'll do, we'll go back through but a little example where many times they're asking, please give a contribution, say something from your heart, and all of them happily overflowing with something to share. So may their enthusiasm be infectious so that we can also week by week hear some wonderful treasures from you all, more and more treasures. Yes, I know Sevarupa Devarasi, Devashis Prabhu, and Anandamoy, and others sharing nicely and enthusiastically. But this is encouragement for everybody to see. Anyway, the bright faces of the devotees and others, as I say, are doing service. They're closing up the kiosk. They're doing the evening programs. And Kamala Sundari here today, always eager for service. She's our new pujari for Shishi Guru Goranga, Guru Goranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar, and for Giriraj Balagopal too. So, okay, from all the devotees, and you and I on the screen, on your screens, we'll go through next door and we'll leave them to finish the program. And Devashis Prabhu will be with you in just 1 second. Govinda, Govinda. You want to give Dandavad?
Dandavad all, Dandavad dear. We miss you all.
All of you, say Dandavad.
Okay.
Devashis Prabhu, can you?
Maharaj.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
What?
Well, I am actually surprised that they came up with so much. Oh, I've got no light here. But so happy that I just asked them very simply during our kirtan in the afternoon in the garden here with the public. I said, oh, so this evening, and I said, actually, bring us 2 lines, just say 2 lines to describe some gem. And I did say of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. Anyhow, our sweet devotee family here got carried away, but they all happily shared something and had more to say as well, no doubt, it seemed to be. So that was unexpected. And I thought we were just going to start our program with them giving a little gem, and then we'll come to you all and ask you to share something with us. So Devashis Prabhu, please you speak for a couple of minutes, because I just need to plug in some electricity and things, otherwise I'll suddenly disappear.
Yeah. Actually, it's very nice. Just seeing all their smiling faces was very like gem-like anyway. And now we feel like we've been yanked away. It was, you know, that we've
sorry
that we were there, and now we're bereft of that. But anyway, so very nice to see everyone there, and there's so many faces I recognize from my time with them all in the Ukraine on some different occasions. And you know, like last week we were talking, you know, the subject matter was mining gems from inner fulfillment. And where are we? Sorry. And after, you know, Maharaj was saying we can also look at that again next week. And then I was thinking, when I come up with this, the title for this week's talk, which is, you know, a lifetime of unlimited gems, free to all. And really, it's I think it's like that now, you know, that we have so much available to us and so easily available to us. I was reflecting how, you know, when I first became interested in Krishna consciousness as a boy of 14 years old, then it was very difficult to connect with the devotees. Sometimes they would come to my town to distribute books. And I remember me and my friends that were like kind of excited about Krishna consciousness to varying degrees. We used to, when we would come, we would meet our friends in the town center on a Saturday morning. And sometimes when we were going in, we would say, as we were meeting up, we would say, oh, maybe we'll meet the devotees today. Maybe they'll have a new book and we can get a new book from them. And, you know, it was like that. There wasn't any other way of connecting, really. And I had a subscription to, to the Back to Godhead magazine, and we would get that, you know, delivered like maybe once a month, or I forget exactly how often it was, but that was like when that came through the letterbox. Oh, it was that was a day, a festival day. And of course, I only had a few friends that were interested in Krishna consciousness, and none of them very seriously. But somehow or another, you know, that just that, like the anticipation of getting some gem. The Back to Godhead magazine was a gem. The meeting the devotees that when they're on the big book distribution in the high town was a gem. You know, something we look forward to. I know I sound very old. I mean, it was all back in the 1970s, and I remember telling my daughters when they were younger, I said, you know, like an old man does, well, you know, of course, we didn't have mobile phones in those days, and we didn't have computers in those days. And one of my girls, I forget which one of them, said to me, you didn't have computers? I said, no, we didn't have any computers. She said, then how did you get on the internet? No, you know, no mobile phone, no computer. How did you get on the internet? And of course, for so many people, it's inconceivable, you know, today, inconceivable that there was no internet. It didn't exist. There was no such thing. And, you know, even our family was quite poor, you know, so we didn't even have a telephone in our house. If we wanted to call anybody up, we had to go down the street to the public, you know, the call box and call somebody, put some money, coins in the slot and everything, you know. So it was a different world, really. It was a different world. And in one sense, that wasn't a bad thing, because, you know, if you were interested in Krishna consciousness, you had to really seek it out. nowadays you're interested in Krishna consciousness, you just log on and there it is, you know, put it in Google, Hare Krishna, and there you go. You've got millions of hits there to choose from. That it's almost become like a jungle. You don't know where to go there to get something even. But so much availability there now, so much easily available. That's why I thought, yes, now we have a lifetime of unlimited gems, free to all. You don't even have to buy the book. You can just download the book on your phone, on your personal computer, on your iPad, or whatever it is you have. And you can read it. And all of them, practically, every book of Srila Prabhupada, every book of Srila Guru Maharaj, every book of Srila Gurudev, they're all available there. And they are gems. And I say a lifetime of unlimited gems because I don't think you can come to the end of that treasure in this lifetime. Okay, you can read, or if you read one every day, you can read them till you've read them all. But then you can start again and you'll find more and more and more. Srila Govinda Maharaj used to say to us, from my childhood, I loved the Bhagavad Gita. And even now in my last days, when I open up Bhagavad Gita, I'm finding new light coming to me. So, you know, that's somebody who has a lifetime of unlimited gems in his pocket, and he's finding new gems every day, new light every day, new inspiration every day. And that's the sign of, you know, a healthy aspirant in Krishna consciousness, that they find new life every day. And as we just heard from these devotees there, you know, they're feeling so much enthusiasm. They, you know, they've had so much upheaval in their own, the country of their own home, and they're having to flee for their lives, but basically, practically, and they're coming, and they're finding the association of the devotees, and they're feeling joy again, joyful in the association of the devotees, and they're counting that as the gems, that association is the greatest gems in their life. And really it's true. Srila Guru Maharaj said to us so many times, 99.9% of your advancement in spiritual life will be dependent on your association. So that doesn't mean just like physical association, like who you rub shoulders with or who you share a room with or anything of that kind necessarily, but it means what you allow into your consciousness. That's your association. What do you allow yourself to associate with? As we can be, I know from my own experience, you can be in the most spiritual place with the most mundane thoughts, and you can be in the most mundane place and also still be connected to some higher spiritual truth. It's all dependent on, you know, also how much you allow yourself to receive that association. As one of the devotees there was saying, to make ourselves good receivers. That's what Gurudev used to stress so much, you know, that we should make ourselves good receivers, because it's there. All those unlimited gems, they're all there. And if we don't take advantage of that, if we don't, you know, like gather those gems up and not just store them, but share them with others also, then we've no one to blame but ourselves. There's no excuse anymore. From wherever you are, at any time, in any place, in any circumstance, you can tune into those gems. You know, there's a very rare occasion nowadays where you'll find yourself in some remote place with no connection to the internet, or, you know, even if you don't have the internet, you may have something stored on your phone, on your laptop, or even you might even, heaven forbid the idea, have a book in your bag. You know, then so many different ways of connecting, and then those gems are there. And if we have the right attitude and the right hankering then that new light will appear to us again and again and again and again. Anyway, we're coming near the end of our time with Maharaj, so I just wanted to say a few words, but others may want to say something too. So if you are connected back with us now, Maharaj, back over to you.
Well, I am connected, but I think this week we have to accept we had an unexpected and different kind of a program with the devotees here sharing. But I would like to give them as the example, as a very good example, that that next week, then with the theme that Devashis Prabhu gives, we'd love to hear the gems from you all. And this includes all of you, new or old, or east or west or north or south, or everywhere. And we could especially invite Raja Mohini, actually. She's got such an experienced, full life and with substantial association with Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj. And she can share some super gems with us. And actually, Lavanya, we've got to draw you out from your quietness, because you are also a storehouse. And when we're together with Lavanya, she's always remembering something and expressing something from Gurudev, from experience, positive, sweet.
Is this our homework for next week, Maharaj? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, this is your homework for next week.
Meditational homework, okay.
Yes. So meditational homework, take some notes if you like, and we love to, everybody will be nourished, we'll all be happy. And we'd all sit together around you, make you feel at home and comfortable, not nervous. Family, as we heard. And look what a beautiful family are gathered here on the screen. Yes, Donna, you see Donna in Florida. She's appreciating the association of you all, sending flowers and all good things. And by the way, seeing as we have 30 seconds left, if we run on our hour, something that the internet and your daughters, they can't do now, but maybe their children, they'll think, oh, back in 2022, they were so backward. Because here, we love to be able to share the fragrance of the flowers at the entrance to Vila Govinda. And I don't know what they're called, because I'm not whatever it is, but it's purple flowers hanging down in bunches. And really,
Wisteria.
Huh?
Called wisteria.
Wisteria, okay. So they're wisteria. And what an amazing fragrance. It's really, when I walked out and I'm walking and I wonder, what is that? And it's a hint of heaven. What more can I say? It's a hint of heaven. And that fragrance around the front and around the kiosk today, it was very wonderful. Then we realized that, there's so much in the upper world, which is amazing. And we get descriptions in Bhagavatam, we get descriptions in different places, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So another reminder that our home is wonderful, that Krishna is wonderful to make all this beautiful nature in every way, every sense. He's the origin of everything. And this is our opportunity to really come to that beautiful home together. Thank you all very much, and I thank the devotees on their behalf here. We actually delayed them a bit because it was the end of their program, not the beginning of the program, so they're continuing there. And I appreciate you all being with us, even though we didn't have the opportunity to say this week so much. But put up your hand and share something. And we put up the hands here and had them share something instead.
I think everyone were very satisfied with that, Maharaj.
They're sweet devotees and serious, sincere devotees. And actually Ukraine, really, before the war, the last 10 years or more, it's the most active place for all departments of the Gaudiya mission, and especially ISKCON, ourselves and others. the mood of the people in Ukraine in general is very, well, they listen and accept or not accept. I mean, of course, it's not universal, but you've seen Devashis Prabhu also.
Yes,
You know, how we talk, and where else are you going to get so many people come and sit through one talk, and then another speaker comes on the stage and they sit through that talk, and then for like 3 or 4 hours you get like a lot of people. How many? 50, 60? Maybe you get like 15 who sit through 3 hours, and you get a full house, more than 50 or 60. We get like many which are coming for the programs. And you know, how receptive. And then when you ask them to chant Hare Krishna, they all chant Hare Krishna. Like simple thing, very kind of, yes, we want to hear. So these devotees, and in Ukraine, oh, well, we've gone over time, but in Ukraine, the devotees, we're in touch with them, and even more so now because we've got like our inside people here who are communicating. But really, they are going on God overhead and heart within, as Guru Maharaj would say. And it's exemplary for us because generally we think, oh, difficulties happen to other people, not to us. But this is a big reminder. Dear devotees, wonderful to be with you all. Sorry, Devashis, who took up your time, but each of you very happily here, and wishing you a special week, special days, special moments. And I'm making a note. Braja Mohini Didi, if you can be with us next week, we'd love to have your contribution. So a little homework if we could request that. And Lavanya Mayi Devi Dasi too. And Anandamoy, she has spoken with us on different occasions. She's a flowing lady. And so we'll give next week the first chance to Lavanya and Braja, and Anandamoy with Gurudev's association, or Saraswati with us, the devotees, especially who've been rubbing shoulders with Gurudev, if you like. We love to hear all this. And everybody, as you see, everyone can contribute some treasures next week, the week after maybe, but it's our family sharing, and we're happy to do so. Devashis Prabhu, I've spoken so much, please, some jais from you. Jais from you.
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda ki jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Rupanu Gurubhargya ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Jai Harinama Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai. Jai Vaishnav Sevankari Brinda ki jai. Harinama Sankirtan ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Gaur.
And Jai Devashis Prabhu ki jai. And Saraswati Devi Dasi, managing everything on the west side of London. Big jais also to Saraswati and Devi Dasi. And to each of you, all of you, and happy to see you all here. And Leela Mayi Devi Dasi joined us today also, so happily too. One by one, our obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna Dandavat. Ami Ashchi. Oh, chats, many chats. Oh, happy birthday, Sevarupa. We didn't give you a proper birthday greeting, did we? Oh, more happy birthdays. Jai. Dandavat, Dandavat. And please all give your happy birthday Vaishnava good wishes to Sevarupa Didi in South Africa. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat,
Dandavat Prabhu. Vijay Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat. Wonderful.